Let's get one thing straight. Everyone hates school. And no, it's not just because waking up at 6 a.m. is torture or because the food in the lunch hall tastes shit. We hate school because the system designed to kill creativity, to put us in a box, and to make us feel like a cog in a machine. And to listen to stuff that we'll probably never use again. It's nobody's idea of fun. But here's the sad part. Despite how broken it is, we still need it. Today, I'm gonna break down why the education system is a joke and why, strangely enough, it's still a necessary part of life. Let's start with a hard reality check. School, as we know it, is a relic. It was designed over a century ago to train people how to be slaves and to take part in the rat race. Sit down, shut up, let's follow the rules. Think about it, the bell rings and tells you when to move. The rows of desks, standardized tests, it's like a prison. Except in this one, you get graded for how well you conform. Don't get me started on the curriculum. We're memorizing the dates of battles, formulas we'll never use, and reading books that were written over 100 years ago. And for what? So we can score well on some standardized test that ranks all of us against each other? It's a broken system. It's more interested in fitting us into a mold than it is in breaking us out of it. Here's the truth. The education system does not care about us. It cares about matrix, test scores, graduation rates, college placements. It's a number game and we're just a statistic. But we already knew that, right? We feel it every day. We're sitting in classroom wondering why we're even there. So why do we hate school? It's simple. Because we feel it's meaningless. Most of us are forced to learn things we don't even care about, taught by people who often don't care either. We're not encouraged to explore, to think differently, or to take risks. We're forced to memorize, regurgitate, and play it safe. Honestly, the pressure is crushing, relentless, like a weight you can't escape. Grades, exams, projects, homework. It's a never ending grind that leaves us burnt out, stressed, and anxious. And for what? So, a piece of paper that tells us that we've jumped through all the hoops? The system is set up to reward obedience, not intelligence. It doesn't care if we're a genius or if we've got $1 million idea brewing in our heads. If we don't fit into the narrow definition of smart, we're out of luck. And the worst part, the system is designed to kill curiosity. When we come as a kid, we're full of questions. We want to know everything. But by the time we leave, we're just another robot programmed to do what we're told. But it's more complicated. As much as we hate school, we can't just throw it out the window. First, school is the foundation. I'm not saying remember the structure of a cell or what Shakespeare meant in Julius Caesar. None of that is needed. But what the basics, reading, writing, math, we're lost without them. We can't navigate the world without these fundamental skills. School, at the least, gets us that. Second, school is one of the few places where you learn how to deal with the people you don't like. Think about it. Where else would you learn how to deal with those people, or deal with the teachers you can't stand, or figure out how to survive a social environment that's basically like a war zone? You learn how to negotiate, you learn patience, and even leadership. These skills we carry with us for the rest of our lives. And let's face it, for most people, school is the best shot at a better life. It's not fair, it's not enough, but it's something. People coming from tough backgrounds, for them, school is their chance to break out of that cycle. Many people go down the traditional path good grades, good college, a stable job. It's very common. But it provides the basic foundation. It provides that for everybody, but it's certainly not enough because there's only a certain limit till one can learn and grow in through the traditional path. Realistically, the problem isn't the education itself, it's the system, the idea of learning, growing, and becoming a better version of yourself. That's powerful, but it's wrapped in that system that's outdated and out of touch. Not learning how to learn, we're learning how to obey, how to rote learn, and that's the core issue. What we need is a revolution in education, a system where we're encouraged to explore, to fail, to innovate. Less about memorizing, more about understanding things critically. How to manage money, how to start a business, how to navigate through the digital world. Because that's the stuff that matters, and that's what's going to help us in the real world. Imagine a school where we're learning how to build a brand, how to learn how to make content, how to invest in stocks, how to hack your own productivity. That's the education that's needed in the 21st century, not this industrial age nonsense that's still being shoved down our throats. So here's where we're at. The education system as it stands is a mess. It's boring, it's outdated, often irrelevant. But as much as we hate it, we can't ignore it. It's the foundation of the social playground, it's the start of something bigger. We needed to change the way we think. But don't let school define you. Use it. Learn what you can, but don't be afraid to break through the mold or set matrix. The real world rewards people who think differently, who take risks, who aren't afraid to challenge the existing state. So get what you want from school, and if you're feeling stuck in the system, remember that you have the power to change your story. Use school as a stepping stone and not necessarily as a cage.